Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new episode of Skylanders Supercharged here on the channel. For those of you who didn't check out the debut and have no clue what Supercharged is, first of all you can find all of the rules in the description below, but I'm a nice guy so I'm going to go ahead and explain them for you anyways. So basically we have 8 characters, all 8 of which are the characters that wound up becoming Supercharger revamps in the very same game that you see before you, Skylanders Superchargers. We need to make our way up towards their Supercharger version so that then they can become Supercharged. But in order to do that, we need to successfully make it through each chapter within the game in order for the current Skylander to move along to their next version. So in the case for Eruptor, for example, his Series 1 in the previous episode ushered in the next chapter, the 5th chapter, of which I have gotten a grand majority of the way through because you need a Supercharger in order to access the vehicle upgrading system. So naturally I've gotten that out of the way so we don't need to worry about switching out for a Supercharger until we've earned that right by upgrading our characters along the way. So in that case, because Series 1 Eruptor ushered in the dawn of Chapter 5, that means that the Series 1 Eruptor managed to get upgraded to, as you can see before me right now, a Series 2 Eruptor. Without further ado, let's get him onto the portal. Now, further rules stimulate that whenever an element of the area pops up, I must switch out to the sky to correspond to that element, and I can't switch out again until the element of the area changes once more. Now, there's next to my face cam the score. The score is increased by which version of a Skylander we've currently managed to make our way up to. So for the sake of Series 2 Eruptor, he is worth 2 points, as opposed to Series 1 Eruptor, who is worth only 1 point. We want to get as close to those 40 points as possible by the end of the series. Now, the vehicle sections, we only have to worry about the land vehicle sections, which is why we have Golden Hot Streak on the portal, because Golden Hot Streak is Hot Streak, but better in every conceivable way because it's decked out in gold. Everyone knows that gold automatically makes things 1,000 times better by default. So yes, as you can tell, most of Chapter 5 has been beaten already, which means that Eruptor is going to get to spawn into Cloud Breather's Crag, and soon as Chapter 6 begins, because Eruptor is ushering in the dawn of a new chapter, he'll get to upgrade to his next version even, which would be for Series 3 Eruptor. My apologies for stuttering on the way there. But the problem with this series is that when a Skylander is defeated in battle, they are not classed as dead, something far worse happens. They are downgraded to their Series 1 version. It doesn't matter which version of the Skylander they were during the moment of their defeat, they will be downgraded to their Series 1 no matter what. And then if a Series 1 is defeated in battle afterwards, then they are striked out of the current episode at hand, and then when they return in the next episode, they are reset. But it's not just the Series 1 that's reset. It's every single other character afterwards, so the Series 1, the Series 2, the Series 3, in Gilbert's case, the Series 4, and the Supercharger, every single version of that character will be reset, which is a really great motivator as to not get defeated with that Series 1 character, mind you. So those are pretty much rules and regulations. One thing I did neglect to mention in the previous episode was the banked score. So basically we get to add to the banked score whenever we usher in a new chapter with a Skylander who's already been supercharged. So for example, if a supercharged Deep Dive Gilgrunt makes it to the next chapter, there isn't a stage which we can go to after that, so those points would go to waste. That's why we can bank that score and then use those points at the very end of the series in order to upgrade our remaining characters. So say for example we make it to the end with a bank score of 1 and there is only one Skylander who haven't supercharged yet. We can use that 1 bank score in order to supercharge them and earn those 40 points. We are on Nightmare mode though, so the final vehicle boss of the game, that being the Darkness, is going to be a boss which is easier said than done when it comes to getting through it completely undefeated. Let's destroy these crates because they look to be funny. Another reason, I didn't realise that my Series 2 Eruptor wasn't yet at level 20. That was interesting. I'm pretty sure he is fully upgraded at least. If he wasn't before, he certainly will be in due time, given that he has 18,000 gold to boot. But yeah, in the previous episode, I also didn't even mention the fact that the background for the layout is the same as the current chapter we're playing through in the episode. So today, the background has changed to the Cloud Breather's Crag as opposed to the Rift into Skylands. It's interesting to change up the background based upon the current level we're playing through for the episode at hand, and the thumbnail background also changes to match that of the background of the layout. So the thumbnail for this second episode reflects basically the state of my cast going into the episode. Ooh, Earth Element. That means we have the might of Series 2 Terrafin to look forward to. But as I've said before, Hugo rudely interrupted me. It's the background for this thumbnail that changes to that of the Cloud Breathers Crag, as well as our cast. So you'll see on the thumbnail that there was transparent renders of Series 2 Terrafin, Series 2 Trigger Happy, Series 2 Gilgorun, and Series 2 Ruptor, because going into this episode, those were the versions of the characters that we managed to upgrade to, and those were that was the state of the cast at the end of the debut episode. I should go as far to say. Anyway, let's be opening this up. Get all my stuff on the side and get a very appropriate Soul Gem along the way, because we're getting the Soul Gem for Sharkshot Terrafin, a character which we get to look forward to playing as later when we manage to get Terrafin Supercharged. So let's preview him and have a little teaser of what's to come. AKA the greatest version of Terrafin ever produced, because this version of Terrafin is actually fast-paced and fun to play as. This original Terrafin I have on the portal right now, sure, he's powerful, but he's no fun to play as because his moveset has no flow whatsoever. It makes him a very slow-paced and dull character, in my opinion. Granted, my opinion is probably wrong, because there is a large majority of this fan base that would disagree with that statement. Terrafin is a particularly beloved character, which is why he got brought back for a Supercharger form in this game in the first place. Wow, that witch picture cannot aim, apparently. So let's take them all down. Boom! Get wrecked. That's what we have a belly flop for. Ow. That was painful. Much pain. Let's try not to get defeated in the very second episode, even though for me that's definitely a strong possibility, given how I am very not good at these games. Okay, you guys have got to go now. You are annoying me, as they say. And boom! There you go, that's more like it. Ow. Never mind, that's not more like it at all, because I took a lot of damage there. Luckily, there's this guy right here who can give us some advice and who did not just drop that food. Ooh, that was a very nutritious hot dog. I've not had a more nutritious hot dog in the history of Skylanders, which is a long, rich history, so that's really saying something. Anyway, this guy is going to continue to explain the puzzle as we just go on ahead and beat the puzzle without the need of his input. I mean, it's quite self-explanatory. Anyway, this is not 100% series, which is why we're not doing the sea and sky vehicle section, so we're not even going to bother doing the puzzles in this section either, involving the different battle gong symbols. There'll be no point because we have no need for the supercharger vaults here. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to this series, seeing what score I can acquire along the way. And those of you who are watching these episodes at home, feel free to play along and let me know what your score is. It would be really cool to make a little competitive series out of this to see who can garner the highest score. Maybe even record the series if you wanted to. It'd be really great to have that alternate perspective. Plus, everybody's playthrough will be different because elements that pop up are based on absolute RNG. It's completely random which elements pop up and where. So everybody's playthrough is naturally going to be different because they're going to be playing different characters at different times. Like right now, for example, I'm playing as Terrafin, but in someone else's playthrough, maybe Tech will pop up, so they can play in Trigger Happy instead. Boom, let's take them out. Yeah, it's nice to be doing a series for once where when my characters are defeated, they don't stay dead. It's kind of bizarre not having that as a rule, because even in series outside of the Nuzlocke series, I still wind up having that rule in place. So this time around, I felt it would be nice to do something a little different. Without further ado though, let's pop into the Golden Hawk Streak. Continue throughout the rest of the level, where after this vehicle section, I believe we usher in another brand new chapter, so whoever is on the portal at the time will be able to be leveled up, so to say. They'll be able to move along to their next version, getting ever so closer to that supercharger form where they can be, as the title implies, supercharged. I cannot drive. Apparently, a man who cannot drive is playing a driving video game. There is no greater combination of a game and a gamer in known history. It's like a horse rider who cannot ride, teaching horse riding lessons for a living. You know, it's like Flynn, for world's worst pilot being the pilot of the ship. Anyway, let's go on ahead and boost our way through here. I tell you what, all this booting does make me feel supercharged already. This game really does present you with so much power when you get through these vehicle sections, because they're so much fun, so much fast-paced. And they are also on for tech element right now, which means we get to switch out for the debut of Series 1 Trigger Happy. It's not even Series 1 Trigger Happy, I put the wrong one in the portal. We have to be placing onto the portal right now, none other than Series 2 Trigger Happy, because the tech element has popped up, which means that by the time this vehicle section is dealt with, we will likely be moving along to the Big Bang version of Trigger Happy. Get that Swap Force representation up in here, and that's important given that Swap Force, when this video goes live, will be celebrating its 10-year anniversary, a decade of being swappable, unstoppable. Yeah, that was just a plug to my own video. Why the hell not, right? Oh boy, I'm going all over the place. Apparently I can't control myself. So much about the vehicle sections being fun and fast-paced, like I said earlier. The lack of control right now is turning this into a more infuriating section than anything else. Anyway, let's kill some stuff, because they had it coming for looking at me funny. These are vehicles that don't even have, like, faces, and yet somehow they still found a way to look at me funny. That's kind of impressive, not gonna lie. Anyway, I still cannot drive. A man who cannot drive plays a driving video game. Let me just reorientate that for you. You know, in case it wasn't clear enough that I am playing a driving game right now. Even though, ironically enough, I cannot drive. Okay, let's take them out. That's a lot of explosions. We like to see it. Explosions are good. Explosions are fun. Michael Bay would approve of this right now. In fact, this is exactly the manner in which Michael Bay would direct this video game. Only that he can make the explosions bigger. There'd also be an explosion for every point of contact, not just defeating enemies. You know, Michael Bay likes putting explosions within his explosions. Transformers movies, they feature explosionception, explosions within explosions. It's glorious, at least for explosion lovers like the director of those films. And there we go, that last fella who was hiding from us is finally as good as dead. Now we're going to get a massive frame rate drop, as well as the gates opening up. These frame rate drops hardly ever happen on the PlayStation 4, so I'm feeling as though that's a result of me playing these PlayStation 4 games through my PlayStation 5. That being said, let's just stare down you, the viewer at home. I hope you're terrified, I hope you just squealed, I hope that someone walked into the room whilst you were squealing at my hard stare, and now you're embarrassed. That would be great. I don't know why that would be great, just would be great. So there's the Lady Star having been completed, and we are that much closer to Portal Master ranking up. But let's see, are we going to usher in the dawn of a new chapter? We are indeed, City Under Sea, which means that Trigger Happy gets to move along to his next version, the Big Bang version. Bang! And the universe was created, because everyone knows that the Big Bang isn't just a theory, that is the way it actually happened. They made a whole show around it. They made a whole show around it, which means that therefore the theory must be truth. That's how it works. Believe everything you read. Okay, so let's see, we have ourselves a hat. Yeah, it's like a hat really, but we're going to wear it because it gives me plus maximum health. And Trigger Happy, with the lack of a health bar he has right now, could really be doing with some extra health. Then again, pretty much anyone, no matter how high their no matter how high their health bar is, they could always be doing with more health. You know, more health isn't exactly something that I'm going to avoid. Having more health isn't exactly going to hurt us in any way. It can't do anything but help us, in fact. And speaking of stuff that can't do anything but help us, Series 2 Gilgrunt, it's time for some overpowerness. I'm going to feel sorry for these enemies right now, and join me in feeling sorry for these enemies because they are about to face a whole new level of obliteration that they never before conceived as a possibility. Kill it! Kill it with water! Ha ha! There's only one thing superior to killing it with water, killing it with fire, and that's killing it with water. Get him! We have a wish stone! Sweet! Ow, that was pain. Not cool, man. Not cool. Yeah, take my wow power to the face, sucker! Okay, let's charge it for wow power again. And boom! I mean, it would be even more efficient if there was two other enemies to take to the face the other anchors that I launched at them. But you know what? A 3-on-1 type dealio is a bit overkill, to say the least, and I am okay with that. Okay, let's kill these things right now. Grab some corn along the way, because that corn, just like the hot dog, was incredibly nutritious. But now I'm falling off the stage, which is just the last thing you want to do, because in Superchargers, you take fall damage. I actually quite like that. Makes it more intense approach and platforming. Anyway, let's grab for gingerbread and nullify all of the damage dealt to us by the fall we had earlier. It was a pretty nasty fall. We fell into water, and yet, as a fish, we took damage from that. Imagine being a fish, and you die because you live in water. Well, I suppose as a fish, you do die eventually anyway. And there are some very dangerous and freaky-looking creatures down there in the water. You know, wouldn't want to come face-to-face with some of the terrifying creatures of the sea depths. But luckily, they are millions, well, not millions, but they are hundreds upon hundreds of miles below me in the sea right now, so my chances of running into them in a day-to-day basis are particularly slim. But say those creatures of the sea are terrifying. So I suppose that maybe, yes, maybe a fish living in the water isn't the best thing, but it's not exactly what's killing it. Being alive is what's killing it. You start dying from the moment you were born. Let that sink in for a moment. Oh man, that is one real negative outlook on the world. What's the point in living? Because from the moment you start living, you start dying. So let's kill this barrier for looking at me funny. No reason. That's a really great way to light the mood, isn't it? You know, I drop an absolute A-bomb on you guys, and all of a sudden, barriers are looking at me funny. A very sharp contrasting tone, that right there, but we all know that that's not going to be the title of the episode, because the title of the episode is going to draw emphasis upon the fact that a man who cannot drive is playing a driving video game. You can say that's an ironic statement, and I love myself a good sense of irony. Ooh, don't mind if we do. Yes, heal ourselves up and grab treasure along the way. Abso-freaking-lutely, baby. I mean, Gilgrunt, unlike my trigger happies from earlier, he is not yet fully maxed out on gold, so more gold the merrier. Okay, let's kill them. Sweet. Yeah, a lot of these characters, because so many of them are sold at this point, so many of them are maxed out. Probably the only reason that this version of Gilgrunt isn't maxed out is due to the fact that he probably bought something from Oryx Shop at one point in one of my other save files. Okay, now that's been reassembled. Boom! We be gonging it up. Yeah. Gonging off the hook? Oh my gosh, this guy is punny. Anyway, a little bit of quick maths for you all. So with our score, to get to maximum score, we need to upgrade 30 times, because that is 4 times for 7 characters, and 7 4s are 28. That's how multiplication tables work. And then there's 2 additional levels for Ruler Brawl, so 28 plus 2 makes it 30. So we have 52 chapters to get through 30 like upgrades, so to say. Anyway, Gilgrunt has now leveled himself up to his Anchors Away iteration for Series 3, so already Gilgrunt is halfway towards becoming Supercharged. Emphasis on the D right there. But say, that leaves us actually very little margin for error, because we can have 5 points and all of a sudden be brought all the way back down to 1 with one simple mistake if a Supercharger form gets defeated in battle. So already, that would leave us with 48 possible level ups and 30 to go. You know, in other words, it decreases our chances of it decreases our possibility of getting that 40, that perfect 40. My plan at the moment is basically just don't die, and my plan is also to obey rules, which means that it's time for the might, once again, of Series 2 Terrafin. This guy can't catch a break, you know, he's been playing a lot through this level, but he hasn't yet managed to level up past his Series 2 version, because when he had the opportunity to during the last vehicle section, instead, we had to switch out for Trigger Happy mid-vehicle section, and he got the level up instead. Okay, let's take him out. Take him out, I say! Take him out! And then there's other poor fellas like Pop Fizz and Rollerball who haven't even had their debut yet. Kinda stinks for them. Wow, Cloudy Dragon just kind of came in and took everything out for us. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Kinda wish the Cloudy Dragon would do that more often. But now it's time for the best damn section of the whole video game. Because we get to drive along the back of a freaking dragon. I don't need to say anymore. I feel as though what I just said kind of speaks for itself. This is the best damn section of a video game. Why have they really spoiled the rest of the game after this point by putting the best part of the game during the very second chapter is beyond me. But yet here we are with the best damn part of the game. And can't you tell, I am loving it, to quote McDonald's, which is now in Loki Season 2 for some reason.
I'm not complaining if I get some apple pie.
Why the hell not, right? I mean, if there's anything that really just belongs in Loki Season 2, it is McDonald's. McDonald's and Loki, you know, like two peas in a pod. They are essential for one another's existence. Oh dear, that was jank. It might be the best part of the whole damn game, but that doesn't stop it from being particularly strange when it comes to the physics. But that being said, it looks like Terrafin is finally going to be getting that level up through his branch as we switch out, without further ado, to his knockout version. He has earned this right after having completed that previous chapter. On his lonesome too, because that entire chapter was nothing but one vehicle section, a land vehicle section though, so it's actually a much tolerable vehicle section. So long as it's not sea or sky, then the vehicle sections are okay in this game. That's pretty much how it goes. I don't make up rules, I just reinforce them. Anyway, let's be hitting that ignition key because we're not too worried about about collecting all of the different sparks. So one will be sufficient, and it will leave us right on the edge of another Portal Master rank up. And those Portal Master rank ups are going to be useful for buffing up our characters. At the moment, all we're really getting from the level ups is like increased gold and experience, which for characters like Terrafin, that really does go to waste. But later on in the game, we get buffs such as Earth Skylanders getting like a protective shield, and so that for Terrafin would be particularly useful. Now, whenever an element pops up that we don't have a corresponding character for, like Light and Dark, for example, because there are no Light and Dark representatives in this series, whenever that happens, I remain as the Skylander who's currently on the Portal of Power. So in this case, that's obviously going to be Terrafin. So clearly, Terrafin is our MVP for this level because he has really been carrying the weight of this entire level on his shoulders thus far. But luckily, that means that when we complete Cloud Reaver's Crag, we get to upgrade Terrafin to his elite version. And that's going to be very useful when we go through vehicle sections because we're going to have increased health. So yeah, more health from area is going to be very difficult to defeat an enemy, to defeat a Skylander, I should say, who has health as maxed out as what the elites do. Very difficult for the enemies indeed, and the harder we make it for the enemies, the more beneficial it is for us, obviously. Right now I'm just speaking absolute common sense, but you'd be surprised the number of people who seemingly lack common sense. Luckily none of my viewers, all of my viewers possess common sense because they are watching the video right now. They are spending their time in the wisest, most way possible, so they are very smart. My viewers, very smart for picking to watch this video right now. Well done! Give yourself a pat on the back for being one of the smartest human beings on the planet for watching this video right now. But say, other folks who don't watch the videos, who have no common sense because they're not watching this video right now, they're doing something actually valuable with their time. Those people are fools, so they obviously need it being explained to them. And yes, I meet no end of people in real life who lack common sense. It's not even that they're stupid, they just don't have, they don't possess common sense. Not possessing common sense and being stupid are two very different things. At the end of the day, a character like Sheldon Cooper does not possess common sense, especially when it comes to social interaction. But the man is hella freaking smart. Ow. That was much pain. But luckily, my sharks are taking revenge for me. Yeah, get 'em! Hey! Stop that. You know that every time you hit me, my Doom Sharks are going to take it out on you, right? My mini sharks do not like it when Daddy Shark gets hit. And boom, baby. How do we do the wild power with this guy? Is it this button? Oh yeah, it's that button, alright. Got him! Okay, now we just have this final phase to go and Terrafin can finally make it to his elite form. Now, the main benefit of moving from Series 2 Terrafin to Series 3 Terrafin is that we get this awesome wipeout right here. We get to continue with our Earthberry after we've done kind of like this attack, whatever you want to call it, feeding attack. Then again, pretty much everything with Terrafin has to do with feeding, because sharks feed a lot. Sharks need a lot of protein, what can I say? That's why they eat so many fish. Ow, that was painful. Much pain. Luckily, the enemies have friendly fire on in this game, so that big guy there, that spinny guy, he's defeating all of the little guys. We love to see it, we do. We love to see it. Yes! Kill them! Kill all the other little guys! Kill them all! Ow, never mind, now I'm dying. That is not convenient. Again, would rather not die in the second episode, thank you very much, but, you know, I'm clearly asking too much, especially given that this is Terrafin right now, who is garbage. Where is his supercharged version when you need it? His supercharged version would be doing just fine right now, because he wouldn't be slow, and he could hit these guys from afar. Imagine how useful that would be. Oh wait, never mind, I found some food. Okay, we're fine again. I repeat, we are fine again. This is fine. This is what being fine looks like. It's like that meme of the guy where the entire house is burning around him. Everything is on fire. Literally everything that could be on fire is on fire. And yet there he is, sat in the middle. This is fine. Yeah, that's this entire situation, can't it? Boom! Let's get him! I do love how he can do that wow power follow-up with an earth bow. It's one of the only things about this guy's moveset that does actually flow. Oh, and it also, it stuns him for a bit. So it stuns him, and then you can bring in the earth bow and attack. So in other words, knockout Terrafin makes Terrafin a better Skylander, but even then, only by a minuscule fraction. But just like that, the Cloud Breather has been saved, and this episode already is coming to an end, because this game is so fast-paced when you don't have sea and sky sections being a drag on the pacing all the time. I love this game right now. I love it so much when only land vehicle sections are included. The only good vehicle section in this game that isn't of the land variety is the sea section in Captain Cluck's Chicken HQ. And even then, that's just because half of that section you are on foot rather than in your vehicle. That's what makes it the best sea section, nothing else. That being said, all of this stuff, we're going to be enjoying that in the next episode, where we will also get to debut with Eon's Elite Terrafin rather than his knockout version, because we have ushered in a new chapter with knockout Terrafin, which has granted him the right to continue onto the next phase of his branch, which means Eon's Elite Terrafin. It really is as self-explanatory as that. But if you ever do forget rules, you can always check that out in the description. I just explain them again at the beginning of the video, because I'm a nice guy like that and I explain rules. Yeah, that's great, Hugo. We will be doing all of that in the next episode, where we call down for thunder. I'll see you next Tuesday for that gloriousness. But until then, we have an outro to play itself out. I cannot, in good conscience, end off this video without first thanking all of my incredible channel members whose continued support help make these videos possible. Without them, these videos would be near impossible to make, so from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate every last one of them. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, there are plenty of options on screen now to explore, and please consider subscribing to keep up to date with all my content. On that note, this video is coming to an end, so thank you so much as always for watching. Until the next video arises, peace!